Welcome everyone to another edition of our newsletter. My first opportunity to video this term. It's been a really hectic start, the usual busyness of school, but we've had a really positive start here at school. Teachers are really happy with their classes and their kids and are enjoying thoroughly the opportunities that a new school year brings. So while I'm on that, attendance, as we know, is absolutely vital to making sure students are achieving really well. We know that people get sick from time to time, but we are obliged, as you are as parents, to ensure that students are attending each and every day. So there's obviously rules and letters and all sorts of things that we need to, and procedures that we need to follow to enforce that. However, I think really simplistically, there's some really clear research that shows when students don't attend and are attending school poorly, that they're more likely to not be employed, they're more likely to be involved in criminal activities, and they're more likely to live lives of poverty. So I don't know any parent who wants that, and I think it's a really simple solution in that making sure attendance is regular and we'll be able to avoid all of those things. Just in terms of the fact that we know from time to time that people don't really always see eye to eye with things that happen at school. They might be upset with something that's happened, a teacher's said, or a member of staff has done something, and parents feel like that they need to vent or to speak with someone about that. So that's perfectly normal. There's complaints procedures that are in place here at our school and within the department that facilitate people being able to come and talk with us or with someone about their problem. So I've attached some information in the newsletter this week that gives parents a bit of an idea of the sorts of things that they can do if they've got a problem. But I guess in essence, the complaints process is fairly simple. If you've got a problem, that's absolutely fine. You really need to address that with the person that you've got that problem with. So generally at schools, that is, parents aren't happy with something that's happened in the classroom or to do with the class, you really should be speaking with the teacher first. So you're absolutely welcome to come and speak to me about those things, but do be prepared if you do that to come and for me to actually say you need to go and speak with the classroom teacher about that. They are the case managers, they have the kids every day, and they know what's going on in a far more intimate detail than what I do. In terms of reporting, we're not far from thinking about that for the end of semester. It is going to look a little bit different this semester though. So generally in reports we'll give a grade for each of those key learning areas and we'll make comments around how the student is achieving. I spoke with the P&C at the end of last year about this and raised some concerns that I had around the educational jargon and the edu-speak that was occurring in those reports, and the fact that my teachers were spending a great deal of time preparing them, and I was getting some feedback that parents weren't reading or didn't really understand them. So from that conversation, we got to a point where it was agreed that we actually won't provide comments on those key learning areas, just grades, but we will provide the two comments that exist at the end of the report card. So that's the overall comment and the behaviour comment. They will look a bit different to what they've done in the past. They'll be a little bit more personalised and a little bit more directed at you understanding what your whole child performance is like. So stay tuned for those changes. We will communicate a little bit more about that as time gets closer. And just lastly, again this year I'll be participating in the Chappie Challenge. So the Chappie Challenge exists to raise funds for chaplaincy, but also to, I guess, breed awareness of the great work that chaplains do in our schools. So you're all aware of our brilliant Chappie Jade, and the wonderful work that she does in our school community. This is a small way that I can give a little bit back, but also you can. So I've signed up for a 95 kilometre cycle, and I'm happy to do that again for the sake of promoting chaplaincy. But I'm also more than happy to take any donations against my page, which goes back to the school's fundraising efforts for chaplaincy as well. And I look forward to the P&C supporting me in that again this year. Thank you, and I'll see you next newsletter.